Welcome back. Spencer Humphrey is here now to talk about a story that first aired last night at 10 o'clock involving AI now in political ads. And Spencer, really, it is quite concerning, and it made a lot of people question, is it even legal? So first of all, tell us what really caught your eye? What made you dig into this?
Yeah, Heather, this was all started when we just the other day saw this ad that started running on TV stations that it was an attack ad against gubernatorial candidate Mike Mazzei, and it was depicting him hugging Hillary Clinton and hanging out with her in the Oval Office. And I mean, to me, it looked obviously AI generated. Yep, there you go. And I mean, to me, it looked like it was AI generated, but to someone else, maybe it doesn't. But to me, I was like, I got to figure out who is behind this, because that's not really something that we've seen before. AI generated ads depicting a candidate doing something like that. So that was really what started this. And long story short, we looked into it. There's this dark money group behind it, which dark money groups are kind of their own little rabbit hole to go down. But essentially, there's not a lot of information out there about them. And it really has concerned a lot of people that this might set a precedent for campaigns about, I mean, who imagine what could be possible with using AI for attack ads in politics. I mean, the possibilities are really endless with this. So it's concerned a lot of people.
Right. And you talked to Mike Mazzei and the governor. What do they both have to say?
Yeah, well, I did, because the governor actually, after our story aired last night, he made a Facebook post this morning saying that he is very concerned about the use of AI in ads, and actually said if this doesn't stop, he wants to call potentially a special session to pass some sort of law that could make this illegal, because right now it's not legal, or excuse me, it is legal for ads like this to air. There's nothing stopping groups from doing this. They aren't even legally required to put any sort of disclaimer on it. This group ended up editing their ad and putting a disclaimer on it after the controversy. But that's really what the governor is saying, is that he is really tired of seeing things like this and kind of these smear tactics. And right. He said that we should draw the line here at AI.
Well, yes, and it's shocking to me that it is legal, and that is why he wants to call a special session and possibly get that rule changed, get into law, make it illegal. But Mike Mazzei, what was his take on all this? Because he is a Republican candidate for gubernatorial, so he can't be happy that it's showing him hugging the Democratic side of things. So with Hillary Clinton. So what are his thoughts on this?
Well, yeah. And I mean, as you can imagine, it was an attack ad against him. So of course he's not going to be happy about it. I mean, he said what you would expect, and we'll have that tonight at 10, that, he felt like he couldn't believe it, that he was seeing himself depicted as doing something he clearly would not be doing. But what's interesting is this is not the first time we've seen AI used in political ads. It's, in fact, there's a campaign that has actually accused Mazzei's campaign of using AI in one of his ads, and I found that ad, and it's not quite as, I guess, egregious, you could say, as this ad. It just depicts another candidate for governor, Charles McCall, wearing a pin on his jacket that shows support for President Obama. And I actually asked Mike Mazzei about that today, and I'll have that in my story tonight at 10. I mean, how does he feel about his own campaign using something like that as well? So, I mean, really, it's something that everyone is almost doing at this point, but the question is, should it be allowed?
Exactly. Yes, that is a question indeed. We know you'll have much more on this at 10 o'clock, but we did get a lot of feedback from last night's story at 10 o'clock, including this email right here from Gary. It says, I appreciate your story about the AI-generated political ads. Much of the information I get is from TV and newspaper stories. Those with AI visual effects can be very misleading, and I'm glad to see KFOR questioning their authenticity. A lot of people have said the same thing, Spencer. It's really concerning when you see something that looks so realistic. And now they finally put the disclaimer on that commercial, like you said, but not everyone reads the small print.
And it's such a new phenomenon, too. I mean, really, when I talked to the governor today, he's like, I've been through elections myself, but this wasn't even around when he was running, 4 years ago. So this really is uncharted territory.
It sure is. All right, Spencer, we'll watch your story tonight at 10. Thank you.
Thank you.
And your weather's next.